Alright, hello everyone and welcome to Cinderfall Gaming. I hope you're all doing well, I hope you're all staying safe, and most of all, I hope you're all fighting that war against the Grey. Today we got another reveal, or teaser rather, by Games Workshop, talking all about the new Orruk Warclans Battle Tome that's coming out soon in August. So we're going to go through the article that they've put up and talk a little about all the things that we've seen so far, and let's see where we're sort of heading with the Orruk Warclans Battle Tome. So, for starters, the article, the realms aren't ready for the Orruk Warclans Battle Tome's dirty tricks and stinky monsters. Cool. And we go up, we've got a first new sort of big picture of all the new cruel boys alongside things like Godrak and some of the savage Orruks as well. They're really cool. All three parts of the Orruk Warclans in one. What's cool here, I note that we've got that weird grot Slogoth or whatever it's called down the bottom right, so it seems like we'll be able to take the Hobgrots in a full Orruk Warclans army, which would be cool. So being able to take all different parts, that should be awesome. And we've got some nice new artwork coming out as well. Really digging the artwork. They definitely give off those Lord of the Rings orc vibes, but also I can't help but see a little bit of Labyrinth and Dark Crystal in the whole Orruks here as well. And go down some more artwork and pictures showing a different color scheme we haven't yet seen of the Cruel Boys. We got the nice big yellow shields. I think is really nice. This would tie in really nice if we manage to get that sub-faction that has the ability to take some Gloomspike kits. This would be a really cool way to bring it all together. Hopefully that is a thing we see somewhere. But on that, we start going and looking at the different parts of the Orruk Warclans. So we're going to get a look at the two new sub-factions that are coming for the Cruel Boys, or rather this particular Orruk. So we've got the crossbows, the big yellers are just a bit better than those of other Cruel Boys, not that the Rifle Warclans would ever admit it. So we can add 3 inch to the range characteristic of missile weapons used by friendly big yellers Orruk units. In addition, if in the first battle round, each time a friendly big yellers Orruk unit shoots, you can reroll one of the hit rolls for one of the attacks made by that unit. Pretty sweet. So this means we've got an extra bit of range on those giant man-skewer crossbows and all that sort of stuff. And also the Bolt Boys can be battle line, which is nice, so we can actually get an Orruk gunline army. Means you can take 9 of these, they have 2 shots each, they've got an extra bit of range, you get reroll ones to hit on one of the attacks, they can add in some mortal wounds when you start putting some of the buffs on them. Really, really cool unit. This should be a really fun sub-faction. I, though, much prefer Skullbugs. I think this is really cool. So, Cruelly Swarm. When an enemy unit is picked to fight, roll a dice if it's within 3 inch of any Skullbugs units. Add 2 to roll if this enemy unit is within 3 inch of any Skullbugs monsters. On a 6+, subtract 1 from hit rolls. So, on a 4+, near your monsters, they're -1 to hit, and on a 6+, they're -1 to hit. So, it's a nice little addition, but being able to just potentially turn on a ton of -1 to hits if you start rolling hot is really cool, I think. This is just some nice little... I like both sub-factions. I think this one gives us like a definite good shooting list, and this one sort of helps the combat potential of the army. I think it's all really good. They're both decent sub-factions. Going in, we've got a little bit of the rules that we're going to get. So obviously we know all about the poison-encrusted weapons that we're getting for the Cruel Boys, but also we've got this thing called Dirty Tricks. So even the opportunist Cruel Boys can also employ an impressive selection of underhanded tactics to get the edge, called Dirty Tricks. This is cool. So I don't exactly know, it doesn't talk too much about how we're going to use the Dirty Tricks, or whether they're all sort of first battle rounds, or what exactly are, but the one we get is Noisy Racket. You subtract 1 from wound rolls made by enemy units in the first battle round. That's really, really good. Subtracting 1 from wound rolls is massive. It's going to really change how we go through. Any sort of negatives to wound rolls are always nice, because you've already rolled your hits, your negatives come out, and so you're actually hurting the roll that's actually got less dice in it in general now. So if you're adding some Cruel Boys to your existing Orruk collection, or fancy selecting units from all 3 sub-factions, you're going to love this battle tome. So once again, it just sort of gives us the idea that we are going to get a Cruel Boy specific allegiance, a Bone Splitter specific allegiance, Iron Jaw specific, and then we're going to have the Big War, which controls and contains everything. And so we've also got a mount trait as well, because we've got all the brand new monsters. You can see the Slogoth here, as well as the I forget the name of the giant crocodile thing, Slaker Beast, something like that. But you can subtract one from hit rolls, melee weapons, so a nice, almost sort of Griff Feather Charm like artifact. And then if you want to take all of them in one, you've also got the rules for Big War. Much the same, you're sort of generating war points up through different ways. It's talking about you can have war chanters on the battlefield, getting your boys stuck into combat and fighting. And then at the end, so you accumulate all your bonuses now, but then you automatically lose it as soon as you call the war. So you add one to the attack characteristic. So no longer do you potentially keep all your points, you lose them at all times. It'll be interesting to see what those bonuses are to see whether or not the +1 attack is ever worth dishing out. I guess there will always be times where the +1 attack is worth it, but it'll all depend on like what those buffs are you're going to be giving up. So you need to be sure that the +1 attack is going to do what you want it to do. Otherwise, you lose all the buffs you've accumulated in Big War. I think that's a really interesting change to Big War in general. And then we've got the Power of the War. It's incredibly powerful, so it just continues on talking a little bit about all of it, and we've got all the Cruel Boys units as well. Now, there was something in a post Games Workshop put up as well, where someone asked if this was all the Cruel Boy units. We've now seen everything, and apparently we have now seen everything for the Cruel Boys. So we've got the giant crocodilian monster, the Slogoth, the Trogoth, the war boss with the dude on its back. And then we've got all the different units we've seen as well. So pretty cool range. I mean, it didn't need to be a massive range thing as it is in addition to Orruk Warclans. I think this will be really fun. I'm looking forward. I should have some more Cruel Boys coming very soon, and we should have some Cruel Boys painted up and ready to go on the channel once this book hits. What do you think of all the Cruel Boys stuff that we've seen and all the rules here we've seen for Orruk Warclans in general? Let us know in the comments below. Well, thank you all for watching the video. We hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Also, while you're at it, why not come chat more with us on Discord? We've got a link in the description of the video below to our Discord server. You can come chat with me and other members of our fine little community here at Cinderfall Gaming. Lastly, we'd like to give a shout out to everyone who helps support the channel in various different ways. First of all, to our Patreon members, Christian Weir, James Soren, Chaos Spawn, AJC, Kenny Lowe, Outer and Shot First, James Crowder, Andrew Bowen, Nathan Fee, Tim Newman, The Rising Ape, Cure Dynamic, Agu, Anthony B, MJ, and Dyna226. Thank you to, as well, our YouTube members, Green Roots Gaming, Fire Titan, Steve T, The Real Zeot, Chris Wallace, Turriot12, Vinny, and Loch Lorick. And a special thanks to our artist who does all the channel art for us, Lady Witchfox Art, thank you very much. And to our Discord moderator, Xmorphic, you do a fantastic job on Discord for us as well. Thank you all, everyone, for watching. If you'd like to help support on Patreon or YouTube member or help support the channel in another way, you can do so by following one of the links in the description of the video to Patreon or YouTube members, or go buy some Cinderfall Gaming merch from our Teespring store, also linked in the video's description. That's it for today, everyone. Thank you again. Stay safe, stay well, and most of all, keep fighting that war against the Grey. Ciao for now.